Hello, my name is Richard Lakeman. On behalf of my colleagues and authors Mary Emilias, Sandra Davies and Stacey Anderson, I would like to briefly introduce you to a study published in Advances in Mental Health. This study evaluated a high-fidelity DBT program for youth aged between 15 to 25 with borderline personality disorder. This program was undertaken in partnership between a non-government organisation called Youth Empowered Towards Independence and the State Mental Health Services in Cairns, Regional Australia, between 2017 and 2018. DBT was developed by Marsha Linehan, specifically to treat people with borderline personality disorder and those who self-harm or suffer from pervasive or chronic suicidal thoughts. It includes elements of CBT, mindfulness, and has a particular focus on the acquisition and consolidation of skills. It has a strong evidence base in terms of reducing suicidal behaviour, but it is unclear which elements in the program contribute to its success. This project sought to address that question and to evaluate the effectiveness of the program. A DBT program is typically lengthy and complex. It's comprised of weekly individual therapy, attendance at a weekly skills group, and access to telephone counselling or coaching. Program participants were given a DBT skills manual, and the program followed the guidelines provided by Linehan and included 20 weeks of skills group attendance, focusing on emotional regulation, distress tolerance skills, interpersonal effectiveness, mindfulness practice, and walking the middle path. The therapy in DBT is individualised and staged, with different targets and priorities as people move through the program. We followed up 22 young people whose average age was 20 years of age, of whom 16 completed the program and 6 people did not. One initial measure we undertook was the Adverse Childhood Experiences Questionnaire, which is a brief screening instrument or tool for childhood adversity, with scores above 5 being highly predictive of health problems in adulthood. The mean score was 5.7 out of 10. There was no difference between completers and non-completers, and interestingly, there was a moderate and significant correlation between the number of adverse childhood experiences and the main outcome measure, which was the Borderline Symptom List. The Borderline Symptom List and Behavioural Questionnaire is widely used as an indicator of severity of borderline personality symptoms, with a mean score of 1.5 being associated with diagnosis and scores over 2 being considered particularly severe. The mean score for those that completed at commencement was 2.79, with the final score measured around about 6 months later, which had dropped to 1.57. This was a clinically significant drop, and several respondents had no significant symptoms at that time. Other troubling symptoms such as eating disordered behaviour had also remitted, and people reported an increase in overall well-being. Clinically significant improvements in symptoms were evident and sustained after 12 weeks within the program. In the year preceding commencement of the program, completers had 47 emergency department presentations and were admitted to hospital for a total of 70 days. In the year following completion, the group had a total of 3 presentations to the emergency department, and 1 person was admitted overnight. In a related part of the study, which is reported elsewhere, we interviewed people who completed the program and achieved remission or clinical recovery, and found that a number of factors were associated with their recovery. Those that completed the program spoke very highly of it, having achieved meaningful improvements in the quality of their relationships and occupational functioning. We believe that our evaluation demonstrated the feasibility of delivering a high-fidelity DBT program in a small regional town with very positive results for both service users and individual participants. We would like to thank the Far North Queensland Hospital Foundation for their support to enable this evaluation to occur. And we'd also like to warmly thank the participants of the program and of the research. We invite you to read this article and other related pieces of work to inform your own program development and to find out more about DBT in general.